Hi, my name is Nick. I'm the lead developer at Accounting Add-ons, and today I'll show you how to connect BudgetLink with MYOB AcccountRight 2013. I'll show you how to connect to your data file, as well as how to run your first report. Now let's get into it. I've just started BudgetLink. I've got that third-party Excel detected add-ins warning message. I'll just press OK to that, and it'll show me my Welcome to BudgetLink screen. I'll accept the user license agreement, start a new installation, start the trial. Since this is the first time we're running BudgetLink, there is no data file already set up, and it's going to ask me to set one up, and I'll choose yes. I'll give it a name of sample for my very first data file, and I'll choose the type to be MYOB AcccountRight 2013. There's three different ways we can connect to your MYOB data file, and that really depends where the data sits. You'll notice the next drop down is the connection type, and there's a connect to MYOB data file in the local library already selected. You'll want to use that option if the MYOB data file currently sits on the same machine that's running BudgetLink. If you're using that option, all you then need to do is choose a data file type and enter the username and password for this data file. I'll show you an example. I'll just click Browse. It'll show me all my data files that are set up, and I'll choose one of the latest Clearwater ones, being the samples AU 2013.2. Clearwater Plus, choose that, and that's pretty much it. It's connected, it's got the right username, the Clearwater data file doesn't have a password, and I'd be good to go. Now if your MYOB data file is not on your local library but is on a server or a different machine, you will need to choose connect to MYOB data file in the server library, and you will need to type in the name of the server. My server is called Creator. It's the same process after that. You just need to browse to your MYOB file. It'll list all the files that are located within that server. I'll choose the same Clearwater Plus AU on that server, and then you would enter your username and your password. The third approach to connect to MYOB is if your data is on the cloud. I'll choose that option right now. When I hit the browse button, it will ask me to go to my MYOB website and log in. I'll need to get my username for my MYOB account and my password, and I can type those two values in and hit sign in. Once it signs in, BudgetLink can retrieve the list of your MYOB data files. In this case, we've got the Sandbox API demo. I can select that and enter the username and password for that data file, and that's it. I've finished capturing all the information from my data file connection. I simply need now to click OK, close on this dialog, and the Get Data dialog will display. There's two types of Get Data that you can run, either a full Get Data or a quick Get Data. The full Get Data connects to your MYOB data file, retrieves all the latest information, and will display it to you. The quick Get Data, on the other hand, simply will display the last information you retrieved. It doesn't actually read your data file, and it's useful if you've already done a Get Data today and you're not interested in the latest information in your MYOB data file. You can sometimes get away with just doing a quick Get Data. In the purpose of this example, because we've never run the Get Data process yet, we will have to do a full Get Data. We need to select the full Get Data option and click OK. Now because we're connected to MYOB on the cloud, at one point it will need to connect to our MYOB account, and what we will do there is simply enter our username and password for the MYOB website, type that in, hit sign in, and that will essentially allow BudgetLink to connect to the data. If you use MYOB on the cloud, you will need to sign in to your MyMYOB account every time you run a Get Data, and that's an extra security mechanism so that whoever's using BudgetLink cannot just get access to your data that's in the cloud. Once the Get Data process finished, we'll be able to run our first report. The Get Data process has finished running, and it's now time to run our first report. I'll close this dialog, I'll go to the monthly reports pack, and I'll simply run the monthly profit and loss report, and you can see my figures. Now to quickly get started with customizing these reports, you can click the Customize button in the top left, and you can either change any filters or options that you want to actually get the layout that you want. In the case of this report, I will want to include account numbers, and I can tick that on, and I want to run my account levels at level 2, so a higher level in the hierarchy. And I'll simply choose that, click OK, and the profit and loss report that I wanted is being generated. And that's pretty much it. We've come to the end of the video showing you how to connect BudgetLink with MYOB AcccountRight 2013. I've shown you how to connect to your MYOB data file, as well as how to run your first report. MYOB AcccountRight 2013 has a new API compared to version 19.9, and is not necessarily installed by default when you first install MYOB. We'll try to get another video out that will explain some of the install process for that API if you end up using it either on your local machine or on the server. Typically when you install it and want to run it on the cloud, it doesn't have as many problems. So, worst case scenario, if you've got any questions, feel free to contact us. I'm sure we can help. Cheers. See ya.